Hello Year 6 and welcome to today's English lesson. Now, today we are carrying on our Lady Macbeth, the Untold Stories. Yesterday we made a good start, well, the ones that I've seen have made a good start. I'm filming this kind of on the Monday morning, so I don't know how you've done really. But I'm going to say we made a great start yesterday, okay? Now, things that we are focusing on today. Yesterday we looked at description. Today I want to focus on using a good balance of speech, action and description. And the way we can do that is by using a speech burger. So a quick reminder on that here. So firstly, make sure that you've got your two characters and character one is going to say something. Then that character is going to do something. Then the second character in your story can do something and then they can say something. That way we've got our top bread, character one doing something. Our bottom bread, character one saying something at the top. Character two saying something at the bottom, and then in the middle we've got some action, so with character one and character two do something. Also, what's a good burger without some chips? And the chips is our description, so adding in what the setting's like, what the characters are like as we go along. Okay, now our success criteria for today, so the things that I really want to see you including, is going to appear here. So it's things like using inverted commas to mark spoken words, so anything that is spoken by a character needs inverted commas on either side of it. Then we should be using a good balance of speech, accent and description. If we use the speech burgers, we'll be doing this. We could use other speech punctuation. So we need to actually really. So things like making sure there's a comma before inverted commas if it's in the middle of a sentence, or making sure that the full stop goes inside the inverted commas if it's at the end of a sentence. Okay, so thinking about all of that. General rule is, if there's an inverted comma, there must be some kind of punctuation before it. And then any speech sentences, so anything after an inverted comma, if it's where someone starts talking, needs to be a capital letter. Making sure that we use paragraphs to organise our writing, especially when there's a gap in time, or a change in setting, or a new speaker. And then we could add extra information using some dashes. It was good to see some of the bit of that yesterday. And also make improved vocabulary choices using an online thesaurus. Now, yesterday you hopefully wrote up to the bit when Lady Macbeth was at home and she got this message, the letter from Macbeth. Today, we should be up to the part where Macbeth comes home and then the murder happens. So I'm saying a speech burger, you're going to need to write more than one paragraph though to get all of that information in. I'm going to show you how I would start mine. This is not finishing it, but how I would start it. So let's get into my hand doing some writing. Okay, let's get into, see my hand, I've banged it. Let's get into our writing for today. So our success criteria will hopefully be down here on the screen. And like I say, I'm going to start how I'd write. I'm not writing everything that I'd need to write today, but I'm writing a little bit of it. So, speech burger. I always think it's a good idea to have some chips just before you get into your burger. And our chips in this is some description. So we're at the point in the story when Lady Macbeth is about to, when Macbeth is about to arrive and they plan and kill King Duncan. So, description. The day's sunlight was starting to fade. As Lady Macbeth continued to stand by her window. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. It was a hurried knock at the door, I'm going to say. And her husband, Macbeth, strode quickly into the room. Okay, so I've kind of got some action in there, but also some description. Macbeth's going to speak now, so inverted commas. We must get ready for King Duncan. will be arriving soon. Comma, because I'm going to describe who says that. Macbeth said as he quickly glanced around the room. I'm going to actually add some adjectives. And quickly glanced around the... What kind of room should it be? The well-decorated room. And then I'm just going to eat a couple of chips, bit of description. It was clear from his face that he was not at peace. Okay, then my character 2. So far I've got my chips. My character 1 saying something, which is my top bread. Then him doing something, and then I've added a couple more chips into the middle. Then character 2 is going to do something. Lady Macbeth moved closely to her husband and spoke in a whisper. Full stop. This is what we have waited for. Full stop. Now is our time to rule. Exclamation mark, inverted commas. Then I'm quickly just going to add a little bit about how Macbeth reacts. Macbeth tried to look shocked. But these were thoughts he had already had. Sorry, I need to... These were thoughts he had already had. Okay, full stop. Now, if I think, obviously I've only just got started, I've been writing for like 5 minutes, you're going to be writing for about 40, so you can get a lot more in there. But even within this, if I look at the success criteria, let me just find it, use inverted commas to mark spoken words, well I have done that. Okay, I've got those 2 sentences in here, and up here and here. Use a good balance of speech, action and description, I think I've done that. I've got speech, I've got action, I've got description about how the ways look, what the room's like. Use speech punctuation correctly. So before any of my inverted commas, there's some kind of punctuation. So there's a full stop there, there's an exclamation mark there, there's a full stop there, there's a comma there as it carries on. Use paragraphs to organise your writing. I've not done, but I would be doing if I carried on because it would be a new paragraph. I've tried to add a little bit of dashes in there. So here where we say, suddenly there was a hurried knock at the door and her husband, Macbeth, strode quickly into the room. And then I've not made any great vocabulary choices, but I've not done too awful either. Okay, right, let's go back to my face for a minute. So year 6, that is my example. Obviously, you can use some of the ideas from it, but you need to carry on as well. Okay, we need to get to the point when King Duncan is murdered in today's story, so that we're ready to carry on our Thursday. We won't be doing it tomorrow because it's Wonderful Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. I'll do that tomorrow. And then, yeah, so work hard today. Let's get some fantastic writing done. And I'm focusing on that balance of speech, action, description. Okay, year 6, work hard. I will see you in a bit.